Back to West Kentucky here, solid win. For sure, I thought I was pleased with our guys, resolved with the team. Just had their leadership, perseverance, our thought process, again, like what's next? One play, next play, we won't keep playing. Guys are embracing that in preparation, whether it be from day to day of the process, from week to week to week, and it's carrying over into our play and that way we're playing. We're solid in all three phases, which we needed to be. If you're going to be a consistent team and a good team, you got to contribute in all parts. In the kicking game, we only had one punt. It was a sky punt that was executed down at the 10, 11 yard line by Toth. From the punt of the day, punt return at 91-yard touchdown return. Our kickoff return was solid, nothing glaring, solid. Our kickoffs were great. We eliminated a 44-yard return guy. We had one kick out of bounds we didn't like, but we took their return out, which is some great kicks by Griffin. PAT field goal team was 100%. We had a block by Nick Mangieri. So special teams contributed 10 points in a one-possession game, and Mitchell Page and Nick Mangieri were our special team players of the week, which we needed. Defense. We gave up some yards, 484 passing, 35 points, some big plays. But there's a lot to me, again, to continue to build on and not try to find silver linings. We're 5 of 11 on third downs. We're 4 of 6, had two stops in the score zone in a one-possession game. They had 84 yards rushing on 26 attempts. So that was good to see. And a little bit better run defense, even though they had a lot of pass yards. It's a little bit easier when it's one-dimensional. After the two first quarter punts, I think the comment was, well, we didn't stop their offense. Well, I look at a fourth down stand. They had a 2-play touchdown drive to the extreme. They had a 3-play drive, and they were literally just trying to draw us off sides. We got to halftime, we jumped off side, we busted the play. Then we had an interception, and a blocked field goal. So there's 4 or 6 possessions with stops. And so they didn't have to punt. Stop them on fourth down, you got a pick, blocked field goal. Those are stops. That's what won the football game. So a lot to build on. Then they had the one TD drive. So really in the last, 30 minutes of football, we gave up one drive to a pretty good offense. I thought that was great responses by the coaches and defense. Player of the game, defensive end, really the only player that we gave a winning grade to, but Jonathan Crawford. I think he was just announced as Co-Frost Big Ten Player of the Week. That's nice. Like a lot of our young players, every time a young player seems to do something well, they don't show up for a while. We're talking about being a good team. You heard Ricky Jones say, okay, if you're good, we need to do it again. We need Jonathan to keep showing up. So very young talent, good player. Our scout players did a great job against some old guys. We need some young freshmen start showing up on this list, but it was Alex Rodriguez and Sean Damascus, some guys that travel, play on special teams, but they're kind of down the line of smidge where we use them a lot in our scout looks. It's nice to have the old guys. We need some young freshmen to grow for us there and help us. Offensively, we had 630 plus yards, 34 first downs, 20 and 27 passing, 284 rushing. It's a great mix, good balance. Not trying to be 50-50, but just being able to execute in both phases is awesome. We're much better in third downs, which was good to see. Did have some score zone concerns. Again, our goal going into the game, prior to the game, was we needed touchdowns. Kind of the mindset of, not that we think our defense is going to play poorly, but if you listen to old school Tiger Woods, he expects the guy to make the putt before he putts, so he thinks he's got to make it instead of reacting to it. Like our goal is we have to score because we expect other teams to score. We don't expect there to be a lot of 13-9 college football games, especially games that we're participating in. We think they're going to be not shootouts. We just think you got to score points. We had a turnover on the 27-yard line, a fourth down on the 22, a fourth down on the 13. And then we end the game on the 1-yard line. So there's potential 28 more points, which gets you up to that 60 number, which would be outstanding. Winning performances on offense by Divine Redding, Jordan Howard, Rick Jones, Wes Martin. Second time for Wes, this young freshman, good to see. Michael Cooper and Danny Friend. Danny's playing well, Mike is too. Nate Suffolk played well, but his turnover there in the scoring zone haunted him from having a winning grade. Player of the game, we had 2 on offense. Michael Cooper, who's really playing strong for us coming on, not just catching the ball, but it's blocking, pass pros, really that tight groups playing well. He and Danny, but Michael especially, and Jordan Howard. Scouts, second time we've recognized Tony Thomas, again an older veteran, and Ryan Watercutter. So again, that wraps up that game. It's a good win, good test. A lot of respect for our opponent last week. I say just proud of the kids played hard, prepared well, and good to get that victory. Next is Wake. Wake Forest comes in 2-1, coming off a road victory. Army, they've been on the road 2 times. We'll be back for their homecoming game. So I'm sure they'll have a great crowd at Grove Stadium. Coach Clausen, Dave's done a great job from Richmond. Took a stand in Tennessee when he built at Bowling Green, took Richmond in big into the playoffs at the FCS level. Tremendous program at Bowling Green. You see a lot of similarities between his Bowling Green development, what's happening right now in Winston-Salem. And not just him, his staff. Like his defensive coordinator's been with him a long time, playing great D. Offensively, they know what they're doing. Recruited well, playing a lot of young players. Very much improved from a year ago. This will be our first of 5 road games. Playing on the road each year is always different. How your team embraces that challenge. And they make it bigger than it is. Can they create their own energy and synergy to play? They are outstanding defensively. They're 9th in the country in total D, 39th in rush D, and that's pretty good when you just play Army. It runs the ball every play in a wishbone attack. So those numbers are skewed. If they had played a normal football team, they'd probably be sitting about 12 or 15 in rush D. 7th in pass D, 23rd in score. They're 5th in fewest big plays allowed, and they're 7th in third down defense, giving up 19%. So they're really good defense, which is the same thing Coach Echo and staff did as they came out of Bowling Green. Quarterback-wise, Wolford, their kid we recruited, Norman Wellman, saw him down in Jacksonville when he came out of high school. He's completing 70% of his balls. He's right now at 237 yards a game, and he got hurt last game and had very poor stats, hurt an ankle. And so he's really throwing for about 280, 290 a game. And so it's at 70% clip. Now he's got the ankle injury, and who knows the extent. He did walk off the field. He did play after he hurt it. I know he's a competitor because I haven't recruited him. I know what he's about, his high school pedigree, and played as a true freshman a year ago. They did have another true freshman they went to, a kid named Hilton. It's an athletic kid who's completing 60% of his passes, and he was their leading rusher last week. This is more a run threat quarterback. So you got to prepare for a little bit of both, which is always difficult. In your preparation time, it'll be very, very challenging. You got very good young backs. Tight ends transferred from South Carolina. Kid Charlotte was an up-level player. Can do a lot of things for him. Young receivers, skill guys are young, like our guys are. Their O-line's making a lot of strides here too. And in the kid game, we just looked at last week, that long kickoff return, about 60 yards, it was negated with the block in the back, and a good returner. They do a great job with the punt team, punt looks. They get the 47-yard game-winning field goal last play of the game with a big-time hold, because the ball skipped 3 yards short, and hit the hole and make a game win. It was a huge job for their guys. So for us, again, good challenge on the road, very good opponent, BCS team. We're looking for, again, for us, we got to continue to get better. We need another good week. We got to learn how to play on the road. We got to keep eliminating the big plays. We got to keep finding ways to get more points offensively. We've got a lot of improvement to do. We've already addressed it with the team last night. We're healthy coming out last game, and we need another good week. Questions?
Kevin, the tight ends, their plays picked up each week in terms of receptions, and they were pretty steady in yard elsewhere. But in the passing game, is there a point where would you like to see them in terms of the overall effort that they have catching stage?
We don't have like numbers where we're trying. I mean, I think the more we feel, the more people we can get, involved, the more difficult it is to fit. And so whether it be throwing the ball to tailbacks, throwing the ball to your slot receivers, throwing outside, throwing to tight ends. So we're not sitting there like slashing how many catches each guy gets. But we're playing those guys that are on the field more. There's more 2 tight end groups on the field. So sometimes just statistically they're out there more. And it's like one of those passes that was called, a lot of times that's the slot receiver, but because the personnel grouping was in, it ended up being a tight end. So sometimes because that group is just improved mathematically, statistically, they're on the field more. Because you're running the ball, you got some play actions. Sometimes they're nice check downs. We got a great third down conversion. They was check down to the tailback. It's 3rd and 15. You check it down and now you run and try to get it. So we trust them. Danny Friends catching. I mean, the most athletic guy is Jordan Fuchs, and he's kind of back playing more, and we'll keep getting that one going on. I mean, I think probably Cooper and Friend had the most catches. I don't kind of see the numbers of that. That's right. Is that right? And they're probably at least, they're number 3 and 4 in the athletic chain of the tight ends. If you said it's the best pass catcher. And say Fuchs 1 to start 2, yet the leading pass catchers are 3 and 4. So like I told Coach, both offensive and defensive coaches last week during the game, they said, who is that? And I go, call the play. That was Big Randy Walker. You cannot call plays thinking about who's in the game. If you put him on the field, he's got to do the play, so call the play. You know how to attack the offense or attack the defense. Don't worry about who the corner is. Don't worry about who's rushing, call the play. And so we're just kind of running the offense, and those guys on the field getting the mix. It's good to see.
How difficult is it kind of game planning for that uncertain quarterback situation?
Well, the schemes won't change blocking. It'd be the emphasis of the more athletic quarterback. Now, the Waffle kid runs a little bit. He's just a little bit more of a pass guy, whereas they're going to do a little bit more traditional run game of pass. With Hilton, it's probably a little bit more run game with quarterback run. Now, he does complete 60% of the balls. So you can't just put everything up there and it's not an option attack. It's still, it's a running game where it kind of be like in our world, you're going from a different player, but from Sudfeld quarterback or Xander Diamante quarterback, you got guys you're going to probably do a little bit more running because it's more athletic.
Does Jordan remind you of anybody you had that running back in your past elsewhere?
Only seen 3 games, so it's hard to, I mean, he's got a good line, he's experienced, he's not a rookie. He's just, I mean, he's a little bit bigger than most guys we've had, so he's a little bit like Steven Houston in that for a big guy, he's got better feet than you think. Like Steven, for a big guy, really nice quick feet. It wasn't just a lumbering guy, so he makes some nice subtle cuts where that 3-yard play gets you 5 because he can feel some creases and all that. And, there are some guys that got me thinking, I don't know, haven't thought about it. It reminds me of Jordan. I'd like to see more of him. I only got 3 weeks on this. Have another coming this week. I think the way he's playing is helping the line play better. And it's just the feeding off each other, it's helping the young backs. It's good. It's a good thing.
He was saying he's a little frustrated that he hasn't popped that long run yet. Is that something you kind of coach with the technique or anything? Or something you can kind of get out?
Sometimes that's receivers and backside blocking. There's some times where it's there if you just have a little bit more backside effort. So sometimes you can say it's him, say he didn't have breakaway speed. I mean, a lot of times it's just a backside receiver, backside tight end, a guy on the second level doing his job. So quarterback carrying out a fake and holds the safety 2 more steps. It's just, all of it just kind of adds up. So sometimes it's teammates. They're not that we're doing bad, but sometimes just the team gets him in the end zone as much as him.
Your defense has been real opportunistic lately, and the 7 turnovers. Just how critical is that to your 3-0 start? What they've been able to do that way?
We wouldn't be 3-0 if we wouldn't have them. And there's several factors in games, but turnover ratio is a good part of it. The team we played last week was +4, +5 coming in. So they were so to do that against a team that had taken care of the football very, very well. I think they only had 1 turnover in their first 2 games. And so I think that shows some sign. I think we're recruiting better athletes longer. We still got to find some ways to get pressure on the quarterback at a better level. And I think, again, we're getting, some really good, I think the way Coach Shelby, and we're giving up some plays, and that's some youthfulness and just the ability to process, and that's some growing pains. I think Coach Shelby and Coach Joseph are doing a good job working together, and I think that group's learning how to play and they're growing. So there's some athletes, but it's a long way off. It's good to see, but we got a lot to tighten up.
Kevin, you've had 3 straight ball games to start this season where your second half has just been more of a dominant presence offensively and defensively. Is there a common thread, adjustments? What would you say about the turn of events from first to second half?
A little bit of maturity as a team. We've got some old guys they're not a bunch of ranting and raving in the locker room, and coaches going for about 6-7 minutes to talk about what they've seen. I think as coaches, sometimes we eliminate a lot of stuff and get a beat. Here's what you're seeing. Years ago, I had a coach say, "What 2 runs do you want them?" First down, he said, "Well, tell me what the safeties and linebackers are." And I'll tell you what you like. Tell me where them guys I can't block. Who are them dudes and where they're at, and tell me what formation. If you can predict where they're at for me, I'll tell you which ones I like. Because you got to get in the game, get a feel, get a flow for it. Sometimes you got your base L and base D. Sometimes it's eliminating. I think Don's cluttered by the coaches, getting the rhythm of what's going on. I think we're a well-conditioned team. I think we're physically a strong team. And I think we really buy in and just keep playing. And that's all we talk about. Okay, next play, next drive, just keep playing. And it's not anything like we've not emphasized, you know, but I think it's been, we think it's really good because now we think our fans are staying to watch the second half because they think we play better. So we have a much better second half crowd, and we appreciate that. We want that in the remaining 4 games. So I'd encourage our fans to come back in after halftime and watch a good game. So I think that's why we're doing it. Yeah. It's nothing earth-shattering. They just keep playing. I appreciate it. It's good stuff.
Coach, Indiana's offense has always been so good, up-tempo. You were able to play at a slower rate and eat up the clock Saturday. Does that make you guys harder to prepare for? I mean, that's always been part of your offense, but it seems like with the ground control, eat up the time, keep the ball from the corner was kind of more of a factor Saturday.
You know, we've worked on that. We actually did it in the first game where we huddled up one time, and then we jumped off sides early, and I think we spooked ourselves out of it. And we're so accustomed to being up there, but we have practiced it. We do a lot of our defensive time where they're going to see huddle teams, and there's a way we try to do it to not be cute, and you are trying to take some time off the clock. We did visit last year with a coach that we got a lot of respect for, and his comment in the NFL was, it was a defense-oriented coach. I said, do you think the no huddle hurts your defense? He says, no, not really. He said, but what really hurts the defense is the teams that can play at different gears. If you're just a huddle team, if you're just a no huddle team, when you can do both, because that's harder to prepare for. And so we took that, thought and we tried to practice it. Now, I don't know if in my world, sometimes as coaches, I think you get ruts and comfort level, and we haven't done it as much where I don't know how comfortable I am, because sometimes you just kind of like to get up and go. But it has a place, and it was really good. I mean, that was almost a 6-minute drive, and that was good, solid football. At the same time, too, I mean, we got the ball on the 1 foot line, and we're running boot. We got the ball on a 2-minute drive, and we're running boot. Nobody talks about those plays because they work. Well, if they don't work, that's a dumb call right now. We thought it would work, and we took some 4th down calls. We felt like, hey, we need 7. Field goals are not going to win this game. We need 7. And it didn't work. I said, that's bad, coach. It was a bad result. We get a goal line stand, the first play on the inch line, we're running the boot. But you have a veteran quarterback, and you figure they're all going to be up there. It's a 4-minute drill. They got to get the ball. They got timeouts. Great play by Anthony Casaro. Ball security, staying in bounds. That was a huge play. There was a lot of good football there. So to me, it's just a sign of a mature team, and that was good.
You mentioned you have to practice that. That kind of makes sense because I've heard that. I know Coach Johnson one time. The team is so used to playing fast at times to slow you down. Guys almost get sluggish because they're not used to doing it. So it does sound like something that you really have to.
If you get a little lethargic, the linemen can get up there and get in their stance is too long. So we just found instead of standing at the line, standing and doing nothing, it's better to stand huddle and then run up like we're just running the play, and we get the line, and we kind of get like in our rhythm. So it's almost like you're just stalling taking 20, 22, 24 seconds off the clock. You kind of like, okay, call it now. Nate's got a feel for when to call it, get out of the huddle. And sometimes you got plays you're checking them, so it can be harder than you want it to be. But I think sometimes if you do, their line can be a little stale. That's difficult.
With you guys having to win pretty close games so far and to possession by possession, does that help, or does that translate at all to playing in a road environment where you have to create your own energy and focus on your draft?
Well, we're mature enough. These guys have played. We've got a lot of young freshmen on the road. Again, in time, we realize it just goes back to the field and the preparation and the dimensions of the field, the goalpost, and the old Hoosier line. It's the same setup, and it's the same plays, and you prepare for the opponent. So hopefully you can get back to that point. I think the only thing is that I'm really discussing with coaches that we still have some young players that want to play, and because some of these games have been as close, we haven't played as many players as you'd like to play. We got to keep developing some of the youthful players and keep bringing like Etnoff and Hell into the head receiver. We're not moving him, but we think he can help us now. We thought we needed him, so he's still going to be a quarterback as we move forward. It's not position change. He's a very, very gifted athlete, and we missed the summer with him. And Brandon Knight's played a little bit. We wanted him to play more. Jacob Robinson, a little bit, want those guys to play more. So to me, these games have gotten close enough. I'd like to see our coaches. But when it's a tight game, sometimes you go with the guy you trust. Now that can wear you out as the season goes along. So that's been the issue. Is those close games have gotten us used to those situations. The poor thing is maybe we haven't quite evolved with some of the youth guys. I think we're needing. We're going to try to keep pushing guys and get more special teams, get on the field a little bit more if we can.
Coach, how do you feel T. Gregory and
Chase did in the first game back?
I think okay. I think there's a lot of rust. They didn't get winning rates, and like I say, anytime you miss, just even though you get talent. I mean, sometimes game one, players make a lot of improvement from 1 to 2, so they were by no means poor. Had a couple glitches, but they're, they'll get back in rhythm. It's just, good to get them back there. I guess.
What about from an injury standpoint? You come out the other day.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, I think Keontae Walton will get back this week. We'll make up that last game, but he should be back, so we're really good there.
You won 3 close games. Mitchell Page was talking about, so this is my first year playing. He said, but I see a team out there right now that expects to win. Is that something you've seen grow with this team just in these 3 weeks? Maybe?
I don't know that as much as I think we got a team that expects to play hard. And we talk more about preparing and playing hard, and then we'll look up and see what the scoreboard is, because we got to play some hard, take care of the ball, and execute, do better in scoring zone, play better deep. But some of the guys, it's really good to see. I mean, you look at the guys, like for example, let's just talk about offensive. But Ricky Jones is a guy that a lot of guys get frustrated and give up, transfer, leave. Now in his 4th year, look where he is. Jordan Howard, they dropped your football team, so you can't play anymore. What do you do? Look where he is. Nate Sutherland, splitting time. I want to split time. I want to be here. All those guys, Jake Reed, 5th-year guy. Michael Cooper, I'm in Arizona, can't play. Come and keep playing. Now you're playing. We've got Mitchell Page. I'm a walk-on. And I'm working on, trust me, those winters and summers when you're walking on to year 2 and year 3 and you're not playing a lot, it's tough. And really good teams have guys that buy in and stay the course. And I think because the kids have bought in and stay the course, that's why we're staying the course during the game. Because we don't have guys that bailed out. They kind of sat on it, locked their jaws. Coach Mal would say back in the day, they're kind of right there, and it's and they're playing that way. That's a credit to them, because those are choices that they made a year and a half ago that they're benefiting from. Where we've had other guys that just bail out, check out, go through the motions, give in, quit, whatever, transfer. Those guys and good football teams have guys that just keep developing. Jacob Bailey, Sean Heffron. Zach Shaw was the first 4-star recruit in his school by your deal, right? Right? The first one. This is his first year truly starting in his 5th year. First one. I don't know what your guys' rating, but I know you guys have it as a 4th. Everybody made a big deal about it. Well, he's playing pretty good football. It took time and perseverance, which was one of the things I appreciate, the perseverance of our team. That's a quality of a good team and a good player, and that's a not common quality with a lot of kids. And we're getting to where, as they persevered through the program, now they're persevering through games. It's not pretty. We're not real good. We got a lot of stuff to improve on. They have a great attitude, and they care a lot. You heard Nate say, Dan Feeney cares a lot at a high level. We have a lot of that. That's what's helping us. And we'll need that on the road. We need it as we wrap up the non-conference slate.
A few months ago, you made some comments about Wake Forest. Do you have those in the back of your mind at all going into this week?
Well, first of all, those are made in an alumni event. Contrary to other people's alumni events, in the right kind of way too, where I can't believe I've media people that report what happens at alumni event. But here's the deal. Like, I'm not going back home because my home's here. And like I had a guy once, I had a chance to take a job in Allen Watt. Somebody said, "You going back home?" I said, "No, my home's here with Coach Walker. These are my guys. This is my team. This is our team here." My first job was in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, Winston-Salem State. Spent a lot of time at Wake Forest. Whitey Jordan, great line coach on Bill Dooley's staff teams. Al Grove's teams. Went to Boys State at Wake Forest. Was recruited by Wake Forest. When you grew up as a Southern Baptist, there's a thing called a Royal Ambassador. And about the 2nd and 3rd game, you load up on the First Baptist Church bus, go over to that game as a 5th grader and a 6th grader, and you sit in the stands and watch them play. Been to Grove Stadium a lot. Got a lot of respect for the school. Got a boatload of respect for Coach Clawson. And so again, when you grow up on Tobacco Road, it's like growing up in this day. You like somebody or not. You know what I mean? And then personal. It's a great school, great place. I know they got tremendous players. But for me to tell my alumni, I'm going to tell my alumni people every week, we're going to go win a game. That's what we do. It's what we're supposed to do. We get to the point we want to do it. It's going to be a good challenge and a tremendous deal. And that was nothing slighting Wake Forest University or the football team. It's going to be a very, very good challenge. And like I say, I'm excited just to work with our team this week. And I'm not really excited to see my friends. They're always welcome to come up here. And so I'm not going back to see my buddies. Matter of fact, my dad's here with me right now. He's up there with us. So it's about us up here, us getting ready to play. And like I said, it was not a slight. It was intended to come here. We let media people at alumni event. Jeez. I never understood that, but that's what we do. I love our media, and I love our mom. What else? But yeah, I trust me, like coaching at Winston-Salem State, I learned more football 1 year at Winston-Salem State than any place I've ever been. First year recruiting, in that environment, teaching classes, taping ankles, coaching ball at 26, 7 years old, that was good stuff. That was big time. And a chance to get back to that regional will be fun, but I'm really just excited to see if our team wants to keep working, and see how much better we can get, and now go on the road and play a really good team. Okay? All right?